It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
I think it's a steak and mushroom by the taste of it.
After taking his shot and hitting the mark, Wayne Nils Anderson's 30-year quest for fame seemed to have been realised.
Mr. Wayne Anderson, South Auckland's finest singer.
Manurewa's greatest singer was poised to become a legend after a successful engagement at New Zealand's premier venue.
This is the best day of my life, mate. It's finally happened at Sky City Theatre.
But with the world of pop at his feet, the tide of public apathy set in.
Mate, they've cancelled.
Man, that's rude.
We haven't sold any tickets.
None.
And now the glory years are over. All that is left are memories and the bitter refrain of what might have been as Wayne faces life back on the rest home circuit. At home, a frustrated Wayne Anderson grapples to put his finger on where it all went wrong.
I'm rather disappointed with where I'm at the moment because last time I had all my hopes built up. I was on a high, Orlando was doing a good job, and now, a year or so down the track, Orlando seems to have dropped the ball. We seem to be back to square one. Basically, I was promised there was going to be a $100 a gig man, and now I'm back to $50 a gig man. It feels like I've had the rug pulled out from underneath my feet, which pisses me off, frankly.
The drop in popularity has been hard on Wayne's manager Orlando, who has been forced back into full-time employment at the K Road car park.
Yeah, it's not the best place to be running a showbiz career from, I'm aware of that, but, you know, for a while it was great. You know, celebrity parties, non-stop gigging. There's Wayne's first girlfriend, she's gorgeous. You know, Wayne was getting the big gigs, the money rolled in. You know, there, Wayne with Christine Fletcher, former mayor, I think he was seeing her for a while, and that's just a photo of my cat. Show business is, it's a lot harder than I thought.
As an example, Orlando's cat died recently, and he's actually cancelled a meeting. I'm not unsympathetic towards that sort of thing. I can understand his kids would be upset, and I love animals myself. But goodness me, first and foremost, he's my manager, and to cancel a meeting on something as trivial as that is just not on.
There he is with John Rolls. That was a highlight, a real highlight. But now we're kind of back down to $50 a week gigs, and, you know, I'm working here. So I guess the only way now is up.
A true professional, Wayne doesn't let the hard times affect his act, preparing meticulously for every performance.
Basically looking for a variety of rings, and basically flashy ones, because I am an entertainer and it's quite important to keep up that image of a flashy entertainer. Being in show business and having to purchase these things, it's not cheap. In fact, it's rather costly. How much is that?
$2.
$2, oh, that's a good price. So, having done some shopping, I'm now off home to prepare for this afternoon's show. Probably some vocal exercises. La 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 la. So to prepare for my show, the most important thing I do beforehand is to vocalise. That's absolutely essential. Usually I do it for about a quarter of an hour to half an hour. Basically just to make the voice supple and free it up and make sure that I can hit all the notes correctly. Basically just holding notes and me, 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 me. La, 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 only you. And that basically gives me confidence for the more difficult songs that I put into the act.
For his matinee performance at Acacia Cove, the most glamorous venue on the rest home circuit, Wayne's called on the services of an old acquaintance.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wayne Anderson. As some of you probably know, It's a pleasure to be here to sing for you. And unfortunately, my manager, Orlando, who's normally with me, his daughter's cat died, and he's probably got his priorities wrong because he's attending to his cat rather than his protege. But never mind, that's okay. Instead, I've got an old friend of mine from many years ago from the music club, the Elvis Presley Music Club, and she's able to step into the breach, and her name is Faye Emery. And without any further ado, I'll start with a song made famous by one of my favourite singers, and his name is Tom Jones. I saw the lights on the night and I passed by. I still love the Rest Home audience because they really know what good music's all about. In fact, a lot of people come up to me and say, how do you know the words to all these old songs? And I say, well, I make it my business to know about all these songs. Thank you so much. And I've still got plenty left. The voice is still there, you see.
Old friend Faye has decided to take an active role in helping promote Wayne's career. And the first mission is an image makeover.
Yeah, that's a good outfit there.
Sure is.
It's
Yeah.
really manly, you see.
That would be really neat to have something like that. And especially with a buckle too, you know.
Nothing effeminate, nothing vaguely bisexual. He's all man.
True.
That guy, really looks fantastic there, doesn't he?
Hello. Now what can I do for you today?
Well, I'm really just after purchasing an outfit, very much like this one here that Tom Jones is wearing. This guy's got real balls, you know. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's great.
I'd like to have a matching for
matching?
Wayne and I.
In fact, I think for this particular one, you could probably have purple, silver or gold.
Yeah, I think so, eh?
All right, let's get your measure up.
Measurements?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you like to stand here?
More room out here?
Yes, more room out here.
Okay.
Small job. All right. Now let's get your waist measured. All right.
Yeah, the waist is in pretty good shape, particularly for my age.
Oh, they
because,
are?
being a singer, I sing not from the throat, but from the diaphragm.
Oh, yes.
So strong voice, strong stomach.
Strong stomach.
Yeah, in fact, I'll show you, like the stomach there. If you hit there, you see how hard it is?
A hard punch.
Yeah, hard punch.
All right. Whoa, they
right.
are.
You can go harder.
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
like a rock.
That's right.
A real
She
rock.
frequently does that anyway.
Oh, does she?
But yeah, no, that's right. And because it's a diaphragm, you can actually hold your notes.
Yes.
With the matching stage outfits ordered, back in Manurewa, Wayne is making a cup of tea.
Being the type of entertainer that I am, I like to make sure everything's done correctly 100%. And that even includes something simple like making a cup of tea. First of all, the water has to be piping hot. That's essential. Put the tea bag in the cup. If you take milk and sugar, what I do is I put the milk in first. Just put an average amount of milk in there. Pour the water in there. This is where the integral, important part starts. Make sure you stir it well and long. That way, you don't find that you get undissolved sugar at the bottom of the cup. Sometimes I get people to make me cups of tea and I say, oh, 1 sugar please, and I taste it and it tastes as if it hasn't been sugared. And then you get down to the bottom of the cup and you find all the sugar's undissolved at the bottom of the cup, which really puts me off because presentation is very, very important. And I think that means the difference between enjoying it or not enjoying it. It's fantastic.
After his well-deserved cup of tea, it's back into the busy schedule, heading off to see his manager Orlando before a radio interview at KFM.
I'm looking forward to seeing Orlando and what he's got planned for me. And right now I'm just waiting for the bus to go there. The worst thing about it is when you sit next to somebody that's got their headphones on and they're listening to all this rap music and they're jigging away to the music with these bloody white things in their ears. And if they're not doing that, they've got their eyes fixed on the cell phone doing all this texting, whereas in actual fact they could be looking around them observing the scenery and enjoying the ride. How are you? All right? Yeah. Orlando! Geez, pretty good acoustics in here, isn't it?
It's not too bad. How you been?
I've been good, Orlando. How are you?
Not too bad. You ready for this radio show?
Yes, I am. Hey, mate, I'm sorry to hear that your cat died.
Yeah, it was pretty rough on the kids, but we went out to Howick and kind of buried her where she was born. So
yeah,
so that was all right actually.
Yeah, on a brighter note, I actually purchased a brand new Tom Jones compilation CD. I've got it here actually. It's a 4 CD set. Yeah, the only thing is, of course, this cost me it's worth $100. I actually got it for $70, which is really good value. But nevertheless, it's a huge hunk out of my benefit, you know.
Yeah.
So,
well, hopefully we can rustle up some, gigs off this radio.
I'll definitely need some gigs, to make up for it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, $100 is a lot of money, Wayne.
Well, just to me, yeah.
Yeah.
Rightio, folks. We've got here Mr. Wayne Anderson, the voice of Manurewa, the sexy singer of songs. How are you, Wayne?
Very well.
Do you want to stand up so we can hear you on the mic?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what have you brought in to play for us? Are you going to be playing us some songs this evening? Who have you brought in?
Well, Tom Jones is number one. Delilah was a huge hit for him in 1968. Sold over 5 million copies.
As night falls on the city, Wayne educates the listeners about the merits of real music, while Orlando keeps focused on his marketing pitch.
We're available for gigs, basically. $65, bottom line. So if anyone's after a singer, perhaps the greatest singer to have ever come out of Manurewa, then probably give us
Really, I've got a bit of a disheartening feeling about the whole scenario, really. Orlando got a job at the moment in a bloody car park. I mean, at least when he was working for the video shop, he was at least on the fringe of entertainment, in the entertainment business. But I think overall it's sort of put a bit of a dampener on the whole situation. A bit disheartening, really.
It's a new day, and Manurewa's sexiest singer, inspired by last night's radio appearance, has called another meeting with his manager, Orlando.
Wayne, what are you up to?
Oh, hi, Orlando. Just finished cutting up some business cards to distribute. I've actually been thinking what a really good idea would be to form my own radio station.
I think it's a fantastic idea. Then who better to promote Wayne Anderson than Wayne Anderson on his own radio
Which
station?
is how Jim Reeves started. He was a radio announcer and he sang as well.
What did he sing?
What did he sing?
Yeah.
Oh, He'll Have to Go, I Love You Because, Welcome to My World.
Oh, yeah.
Distant Drums.
Yeah. So same thing, except with Wayne.
Yeah, precisely. I mean, I've tried this idea myself with people coming to the house saying, do you know who this is? What do you think of this song? Have you heard Tom Jones sing country before? Did you know Tom Jones sang hip-hop? Did you know Tom Jones sang heavy metal? People don't know that sort of thing.
Does Tom Jones sing heavy metal?
He borders on it, yeah. In fact, if we set up the radio station right here in this room, people could really look in off the street and see us operating the radio station. Because basically this is the musical hub of Manurewa right here. I've thought about some names, but I haven't really struck upon a decent one yet. The name has to reflect the type of music and my image. So obviously it's got to be sophisticated and classy and upmarket and good quality music. Quality radio? Radio Live is a good one, but that already exists. Maybe radio voice, radio singer, radio singers of songs, perhaps. What we should really do is all of us just put some names in the hat and just...
We'll draw one out.
Draw one out. As long as it reflects my image and the music that we feature.
With the name decision still up in the air, Orlando has organised a lunch meeting with one of his regular clients to help get the radio station off the ground.
Actually, the reason I've asked you to lunch, CJ, is that, you know, the singer Wayne that I manage, he's got this idea for setting up a radio station, and, you know, after the work you did at the car park fixing our computer system, I thought maybe we could be the man for the technical details.
Yeah, what kind of radio station is it?
Well, I think Wayne's kind of more knows what he wants technically, but, you know, something he can broadcast from home with.
Okay.
Something that'll reach, you know, pretty much all of Manurewa, South Auckland.
Okay, sounds interesting. I think I can do that. But actually, I'm not really happy about you're calling me CJ.
CJ?
Yeah, can you call me my real name, Chen-Ye? Chen-Ye.
Yeah, Chingy.
It's Chen-Ye.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it must be kind of frustrating being in a new country and having a weird name, you know, difficult name to pronounce. But yeah, Chingy. From now on, it's Chingy, okay?
Cool.
What have you got there?
It's chicken feet. Can you see? And it's really nice. Do you want to try one?
That doesn't even look edible, CJ.
It's Chen-Ye.
2 days later, Wayne and Orlando set off for a radio station meeting with CJ. But first, it's time for breakfast.
There we go. So what do you want for breakfast, Wayne?
Okay, a sausage roll or a savoury or a pie might be good. These ones here, they're piping hot, are they? They're not lukewarm, are they?
They're really hot.
They're really hot. Oh, that's good, because I don't like lukewarm food.
And yeah, I'll have a happy face, thank you. Right, here's your pies.
Savouries.
Oh, thanks. Cheers. Thank you. Ta.
What time is Orlando?
I think it's just about 10.
Oh, here we go. The next one is 10 o'clock. Here you go. I've only got 3 minutes to wait. How about that? To your door, lead me to your door.
The Beatles, right?
The Beatles.
CJ.
Hi.
This is Mr. Wayne Anderson, the man I've been telling you about.
Hi.
Hi, CJ. Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We've just come to sort out a few details regarding, you know, setting up the radio station.
Okay.
You'll basically be operating it from my home, because my home contains the large record collection. In fact, it almost looks like a radio station. Sometimes I play the music fairly loud with the windows open. People walk past and they say, is this a radio station or is this a record shop or do you live here? And I say, well, all three really, because I've got about a 3.5 octave vocal range and there's sort of only a handful of people in the world that's got that.
Sure.
And
blast.
You sing from the diaphragm, basically, rather than here. So it's like...
That's what the station's really all about, CJ.
Yeah.
So how big would you like it?
Pretty big. Yeah.
Practically all of Manurewa and most of South Auckland, perhaps.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So,
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Deal?
she's a deal, mate.
Put it there, CJ.
It's Chen-Ye.
Yeah, I reckon that went better than I expected.
Yeah, it seemed to. Actually, having met somebody from China, it reminds me of this joke I heard many years ago. There's this Chinese couple who split up. She went back to Peking, he went back to wanking.
That's not a bad one, Wayne. Not a bad one at all.
Time for a break as Wayne reflects on the unique skill set that their new Asian partner will bring to the station.
Well, I think we're on the right track there, Orlando, because at least they are particularly good at doing the smaller jobs, you know, the more sort of fiddly technical jobs, you know, the smaller jobs, that sort of thing. So they're particularly good at that type of thing, really, aren't they?
Quite technologically minded, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, you know.
Yeah, but once it's up and running, who's going to be involved, you know?
Once it's up and running, I've got probably some of my friends. Maybe Christian might be good for sport.
Yeah.
Raymond might
He's
be
an
good
outdoorsy kind of a guy, isn't he? You know?
Raymond might be good for reading local news. Faye might be good for the fashion, you know, the costumes or the clothing that the announcers wear.
Yeah, true. Although probably not that important what the announcers wear on the radio.
Next week on Wayne Anderson Glory Days, Christian and Wayne christen the radio station.
I'd say the eyes have it.
The eyes have it, totally.
Faye asserts her authority over the business cards.
Get back to work.
And CJ drops a bombshell.
Unfortunately, it will cost you $8,000 now.
It's a lot of money.